Hi guys, today on Divas Can Cook, we are taking some fresh sweet potatoes and we are making sweet potato brownies. We're going to cover these up with the marshmallow glaze, sprinkle on a little bit of pecans. If you love sweet potato pie, then you are going to love these brownies because they are so full of sweet potato flavor. The texture is so dense, yet a little bit cakey, and they're really easy to make. You ready? Let's go. Okay, first step, we're gonna add some melted butter into a large bowl. And I love, this is a 1 bowl recipe. I love that. Okay, now I'm gonna add in a little bit of sugar to sweeten things up. Dump that sugar in the bowl and then just go ahead and just stir this all up until the butter and the sugar is well combined and it looks kind of like this right here. That looks perfect. Next, we're gonna add in our egg. I'm using 2 room temperature eggs. Crack those into that bowl and then just stir them up. Now, you need to use a mixer, okay? But let me tell you, my mixer decided to just act crazy on the day of film day. Of course it did. So I'm doing this by hand, but I'm really stirring it up really good. Next, I have some spices, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, some salt. You can add in some cloves or allspice. Yeah, you can throw that in there if you want to, but I'm just gonna use cinnamon and nutmeg. I like those two together. All right, so go ahead and stir those spices on up in there, and here's how it will look like this right here. That looks perfect. Next, I'm gonna add in a little bit of vanilla extract. If you wanna add in just a tiny bit of maple extract, that's good too. Okay, so here are my sweet potatoes. I just peeled some potatoes, diced them up, and boiled them until they were nice and tender. Very easy, but I'll put those steps on my blog, in case you don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna place all of those sweet potatoes into my batter, and this is a lot of sweet potatoes. Look at that beautiful color. Yeah. And having all of those sweet potatoes in that batter really gives it that chewy yet dense texture. Makes it kind of creamy like. Perfect texture. Okay, now I'm going to add in my flour, my all-purpose flour. Not a lot of flour in this brownie recipe. Like I said, this is my basic brownie recipe that I use with my cocoa brownies. I just didn't add any milk or cocoa powder. Same recipe. Okay, so that looks so gorgeous. This color just does it for me. I love this color. It's so pretty. So pretty. I'm glad it didn't turn out brown. I hate when I make sweet potato stuff and then it's like brown. I want it to be orange, and these brownies are really bright and pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just dump this into my prepared baking dish. I'm using a glass dish and I lined it with some parchment paper. I'm going to spread it out into an even layer. Get it as even as you can. All right, I also like to kind of shake my pan just to get out any air bubbles and to get that surface nice and flat. All right, that looks good. Now we're gonna pop this into the oven 350 for about 40 to 45 minutes. When it comes out, let it cool off, and while it is cooling, let's make our marshmallow glaze. This is just too easy, so easy. I'm gonna add in some marshmallow cream, that marshmallow fluff, into a bowl. You really don't need a lot. Okay, make sure you get all of that into the bowl. Okay, now I'm going to add in a little bit of melted butter. We're going to stir this up, and it's going to be looking kind of weird, but just keep stirring and it'll, kind of come together just a little bit. All right, then we're going to add in, once you stir it all up, we're going to add in our powdered sugar. Now, when you add in your powdered sugar, this will kind of help bring everything together. So you kind of got to do it a little vigorously a little bit, but it will all come together. And next I'm going to add in a little bit of milk just to kind of get it to where it's like a pourable, spreadable consistency, not too much. And then we're going to add in a pinch of salt. You can also add in some vanilla extract if you want to, but here is the texture that I like. I love this, and it tastes like marshmallows. So wonderful. Okay, my brownies are nice and cooled off, so it is ready for the glaze. I'm going to go ahead and just pour this glaze on top like this. And I like doing this part. It was fun spreading this glaze on, but just spread it out into an even layer like this, nice and smooth. Now this glaze will firm up a little bit. It won't get super hard, but it will firm up just a little bit, enough for you to, cut it without making a huge mess. I'm going to sprinkle on some pecan chips because I like them. You can use any nuts you want to. You don't even have to do the marshmallow glaze and nuts if you don't want to, but it tastes so good together. Okay, so my glaze has hardened up a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them into 16 little bars. They're kind of rich. Like, all you need is a little bit of it. You don't need like a huge chunk of it because, yeah, they're very rich, and it tastes really like a sweet potato pie, sweet potato casserole. And look at that texture. I love this texture. Oh my God, I love it so much. And that's it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and make up a batch, throw them on a platter, and watch them disappear because they really are so addictive. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and check out my other videos. Later.